Hello there, I've just been playing Tetris on the Game Boy, like I often do if I have a spare moment. Yes, some might find that nostalgic or retro, but I never had a Game Boy as a child because I wasn't interested. I didn't buy one now because I was nostalgic for something I never had, but more because this is the best way to play Tetris, as the version on my phone is terrible. The other games I have for my Game Boy are also straightforward and don't take too long to complete, so any game made before 1994 suits me just fine. I also own an NES Classic and I never had the original one of those either. Anyway, do you remember Ready Player One, that film Steven Spielberg did? Based on Ernest Cline's novel, the film's story is built around Oasis, a virtual reality environment in which people learn, work and play. This world is constructed out of all the popular culture artifacts you can imagine, and the quest taken in the film is based on finding Easter eggs hidden by the world's creator, inviting people to like what he likes. Is it possible to be nostalgic for parts of someone else's life, another person's longing for Back to the Future, The Shining, Atari computer games, Doom and so on? In Ready Player One, characters are being told that something is nostalgic and that you must like it because it is nostalgic. Presumably, if you don't remember it the same way, you ruin someone's childhood. Nostalgia used to be a diagnosable condition like depression. It was first outlined by Johannes Hofer in 1688, referring to the state of Swiss mercenaries located in parts of France and Italy that were less mountainous than where they came from. Nostalgia was known as a Swiss disease in the same way that nations used to call syphilis their enemy's disease. The word nostalgia came from the Greek words for homecoming and pain and was originally translated into English as homesickness. Medical studies of nostalgia had stopped in the 1870s, by which point soldiers in the American Civil War were diagnosed with it. However, studies into nostalgia in general are obviously still ongoing. Nostalgia is stirred in me by listening to vaporwave music and watching videos of dead shopping malls, evoking the same type of memories Ready Player One wants to create. Memories for when music, film, TV and architecture were done that way because things were better then. Dead shopping malls are the remnant of a time when they were welcoming spaces, and vaporwave cuts up music, mostly from the 1980s, to make you see it differently. However, these subjects are using that nostalgia to criticise the slow end of the consumer society that caused shopping malls to die and told us it was time to move on to different sounds. If that nostalgia didn't exist, I would not have vaporwave, I wouldn't make videos about shopping malls that are still alive, and I would not be talking about this now. I realise that these forms of nostalgia are for things that didn't really happen to me at the time. I was 6 years old when 1990 came around, so the 1980s remains an interest because it is on the edge of what I can remember. Like any good historian and postmodernist, I am looking for what references I can bring forward and cobble together to give meaning to the present day. But when you are looking at what happened within your own lifetime, you will always pick the good times first. Thank you for watching. As ever, the nostalgia culture crisis continues at www.dancingwiththegatekeepers.com.